What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today is indeed Wednesday, which means the new summit is now live here in Motorfest. I did not end up doing last week's summit, but I was like, you know what? Let's jump on and do the Creators Masterwork Summit and get this one completed. So for the main thing here, guys, we have the Light Trail Nitro. I think we can all agree that one does look dope, but again, it's going to be a Nitro. We're actually going to get the Creators Yasta design there in gold, which I actually like that thing. Pretty dope vehicle there. Of course, we get some parts in silver, 100,000 XP in bronze. But the next summit, though, next week is going to be a really cool looking Porsche Taycan Turbo S Thunder Edition. This thing is actually going to have a very nice looking kit on it, guys. I like the color combo. So far, I would actually say this summit is going to be incredibly fun to do. We're also going to be getting some great rewards from it, which I really do wish the other summits would follow soon, having better rewards in them. This one is actually going to have the Golden Wings Underglow $200,000, and they should probably increase the spare parts to like maybe 20,000, but probably just a crazy thing there. Nonetheless, though, jumping into this summit, we're going to have a few Alpha GP events, we're going to have a few rally events, and also 2 drift events. Besides that, we're going to have a speed trap, a bullseye, and a slalom. I would say, guys, the skills in this one are going to be fairly simple. For the slalom, all you're basically going to need is any vehicle of your choice in a regular score breaker set, and you're basically good to go. Like I used a monster truck, got my maxed out score. It is probably going to be fairly simple to do it. For the bullseye, though, you're going to have to use a plane and a boat. Luckily, guys, again, all you need is a regular score breaker, and you will get around 129,000 points fairly easily. But besides that, though, we're also going to have a speed trap here. For this one, I did end up using the Dodge Viper SRT10. I would say a lot of players are still going to run the lovely Burning Hup 1, which I have to admit, guys, that thing is still so dang good. But if you haven't tried out the Viper, I would recommend it. For this one, though, you go past the actual objective, go down the road, and then come back. The biggest thing with these is probably going to be the AI. My goodness, they love being in the worst places ever. Besides that, we're also going to have a regular drift event here. The reason why I did want to talk about this first is it's going to be incredibly easy to do it. Now, I did end up messing up toward the end of it, but still got 157,000 points. And I would say most players on this one, guys, regardless of which car you run, you are probably still going to get a max score on it. The other one, we're also going to have a drift vehicle, but this is not a drift event. It's actually going to be one of the Hoonigan events, I think it is anyway, to where you have to drift, also going close to the objectives and drift, also jumping, going on the grinding rails and stuff like that. The other thing you can also do, though, is drift into objects, which is going to get you more points. So definitely aim toward those cones. You guys will get a higher score. And I also know for a fact I could probably jump back into this event and most likely get a higher score on it. But I was like, you know what? Not really feeling it, man. Like, I'm not here to be a pro. I'm more of the fact of doing the entire summit in a casual way to show that it's also going to be possible. Surely enough, guys, you do not have to be a pro to get into the summits. You can definitely have a great time, pick vehicles you like if you actually have the option, and still going after pretty high scores in the events. Besides that, though, the top left one here is going to be vehicle loaned, which funnily enough, I would actually say the best part about this event is all you actually have to do is race for around less than 2 minutes and you're going to be good to go. This is going to be one of the EV type of events, though, so you're not going to have nitrous in it. You will actually have to go in that set event to get nitrous, like when you're driving. Hit the pink road, guys, or have some nitrous, keep that speed up, and you'll basically be toward the end of the event before you actually know it. After that, though, we're going to have the unique rally body design here. Now, I don't know if the scoring on this event is going to be very lenient, but that's what I actually think of it. For me, though, I did end up running the Ford Fiesta. Everybody else is running. Well, you're probably going to see a trend here if this would actually load. Let me go this way. So yeah, the Peugeot, guys, is probably going to be the #1 car you'll probably see, but for me, I did end up picking the Ford Fiesta, still going to be a great option. A few tips on this event, though: definitely do not hit the jumps. They are going to make you slower, try to avoid them. You'll end up being faster in that aspect. The next one, though, we're going to have an Alpha GP event. For this, you have to use the Concept SM71. I absolutely love this car in the Crew 2. It's not going to be as good in some ways in Motorfest, but in the Crew 2, this thing was dope. It's also going to do around 255 miles an hour, which I have to admit is pretty dang slow for an Alpha GP, man. Like, maybe down the road we might be able to get some type of speed buff on the Alpha GP, guys. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. Besides that, though, the last event here, the ice cream truck, yes, we are totally using this thing again. It's actually not going to be a bad vehicle, but for this event, you are going to be driving off-road, which a rallycross vehicle isn't that great on. Not talking about the actual dirt roads, like no, the actual off-roading areas itself. This thing isn't going to be terrible, but it's also not going to be the fastest. For this event, I would recommend watching out for the water guys, being a tad careful there, and you should be good to go. Besides that, overall, I did have a great time running this summit. Yes, I do know the events are probably going to be overlapping. Like, I do know everybody's like, oh man, this race again. And unfortunately, that's probably going to be fairly common in these summits. Crossing my fingers on the big update in November, guys. I really do hope to see an updated summit thing. Don't know if it's going to happen because they haven't mentioned it, but my goodness, I would love to see an interesting summit design come back, similar to the Crew 2. But if you guys have any questions at all, let me know in the comments below. Let's jump right into this.